Hello and welcome, my lovely Aquarius. Aquarius, your card in tarot is the Star card. Ooh, look at the light there. The sun just changed. This is the card of wishes come true, hope, follow your star. It is also it's also a path to like it's the rain card if you're waiting on your crops. So it's a good news card. All right, my lovelies. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. I kind of like the sun there. I use that with gratitude, with unconditional love and gratitude, and that is why I thank you now for all your likes, subscribes, your views. Supporting the channel has been wonderful. Please continue to do so. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button now. And if this reading resonates with you, of course, hit that like button. All right, so what are we working with? So this is, what are we working with? On November 11th, Monday, it's the portal day. I'll talk about this more in my energy update, but it's all about connecting with your ascendant masters, finding guidance. It is the master manifester day. It is the day where it is a high prayer, high wish day, high happening day, okay? All right, and we also have the full moon in Taurus on the 12th, following right after. Full moons are all about letting go, still are purging, letting go of a lot of things. It's also bringing in the karma of our wishes from the new moon prior. That was a Scorpio full moon if you planted your intentions. But Six of Pentacles is a card of extremes. This Taurus full moon is maternal and material. It talks about being green with envy. This card can also represent the stage mom card or selling out. It could be about charity and patronage, which is wonderful, but it can also be about domination and submission, being appreciated versus being used, or hiring versus firing, teaching versus learning. It is seeing yourself first. I mean, selling yourself out will be tempting. So you need to actually see yourself first and know exactly what you want during this full moon, or it's time to let go of those influencing energies that are really just holding you down. All right, Aquarius. This is your general weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of November 11th through 17, 2019. Remember, time is merely a pretense. These could be past, present, or future energies and or lessons. This is also a general reading for my lovely Aquarius's sun, moon, house, rising positions, but and cross-watchers welcome, but this still will not apply to all. All right, let's see. I'm just going to ask Spirit what they want you to know during this time, this full moon time. Full moons are about purging and letting go. If you call in things, you might call in some of these negative energies. So remember to keep that in mind. I'm also going to pull some love cards from the Cartomancy. All right, Aquarius. The light of the sun is so nice on your reading. The Devil card could be a Capricorn in your energy, could be an addiction energy, it's something you have to let go of. And it's a monster you've created in this deck. If you see, he's created a big old monster in this deck, and he needs to let it go. He needs to take it down. It's time to let something go. I also have this Eight of Swords. This is that stuck energy, that caught energy, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Both these cards are about being stuck, but they're also both about the ease of being able to let go. Just let go, and it'll be easy. Eight of Swords, you can totally walk away from that. It is not a capture, and we have the High Priestess here. It is intuition. It is knowing. It is, you know your way out of this, Aquarius. You see the path. Let's get some clarifiers and see what is keeping my Aquarius is trapped, because it seems like you know the way out. Oh, that's a lot of cards, but the Hermit card, because you're seeking your own light. there's something, you could have a Virgo in your energy, of course, but this is more about seeking your own light, following your own light, getting rid of the shit, the trash. See how he just stomps on the trash, but he's still on the outskirts of town. He's still on the out. He's pulled away from something. He's avoiding something. And then I have you here, the King of Swords, Nine of Wands. You've hermited to pull the energy to escape from this. This is you standing in your power. It's a very strong. You're very judgmental. You do need to be a bit judgy to get out of the Devil card. You need to make those decisions. You need to determine what's important and then act on them, or make proclamations for them as a king would. And a lot of these energies are just, they don't have to happen. You could totally walk away. Now, you see it as a Nine of Wands situation. You've been injured, you're tired, you need to get out of this. But with a Nine of Wands tells me you've shored up yourself enough. You're going to be able to get out of this, and just Nine of Wands says one more push and you're out. You're right there. You're in your power. You found your light. You're no longer being deceptive, and you're no longer running away. With the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse tells me that the deception, you've cut out some deception in your life, or you're removing some deception and you're leaving it behind. The Seven of Swords, a very controversial card in the tarot, but it's all about, if you remember, Aquarius full moon was represented by the Seven of Swords in August, which means that you could be dealing with something. You've come into a lot of knowledge about who ain't your friends and who you should not be around with the Seven of Swords. And you've also come to a decision that when you run away, or when you ghost, or when you abandon, when things go bad and you walk away, it's not working. So this is you staying in that energy, closing out that energy. You're going to fight this energy and close it out. You're just going to face it. You're not going to run away from it any longer. This is the energy of the week. And it tells me that you have a big push. You found your light. You're going to, it's very confrontational with the Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse. Very confrontational, very, this is happening. And that's because the memories are gone. Wow, this is tough. That's because the sweetness has gone from something with the Six of Wands in reverse. This could even be your past, or working on childhood issues, which doesn't surprise me, but you're working on them. You know, you've tried to make the effort here. And even though you wanted things to happen, sometimes no matter what you've worked on, or what you've rested on, or what you've put your effort into, is not going to improve. And this is that Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. That is your energy. That is your active energy riding out to cut things out. And the Six of Wands in reverse is clearly, I'm not winning in money, but I'm still going to ride out. I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to make the effort. I'm still going to, I'm still going to stand in my power, even though this isn't working out. It's something you have to walk away from and abandon. There's no victory there. There's no success there. You can't even work on this. This tells me you can't work on this, so you're going to leave it. This is the energy of the likely result of this week of your efforts. And even though you've been fighting something, you've been pushing against something, this is you taking that path where you're not going to be fighting against something. You're not going to be pushing against anything with the Four of Swords anymore. You're not going to work on this anymore. It's just done. You're going to put down your swords and rest, because right now it just can't happen. This it's just, Spirit says you'll know what it is. It does have to do with some kind of value, perhaps some success with a family, with the Six of Wands. It's not going to work. It's not something that's a surprise to you either, because the energy you've been pulling in since that full moon in Aquarius with the Seven of Swords, you know full well that you've tried, you've made the effort, you put yourself in this to succeed, and it's not going to happen. and it's time to let it go. I'm going to pull advice from Spirit from the Sun and Moon Tarot deck, because this is just such a good deck. But this has a lot of energy of even that double energy. It's like being stuck in a narcissistic relationship with like a mother or father, or and it's just like having to cut that off with the sword cards all around here. It's heartbreaking, but it's a definitive ending to something. It could be a work relationship, but Spirit says no, this is like a personal relationship that went that became too much like work. That's something, you can't always force mastery on relationships. All right, advice from Spirit. The Temperance card, the two becoming one card, the not having to give up anything card. It could be a Sagittarius and your energy, but this more feels like Spirit says there are places that you can, that you can come together with and get what you want. Get that Six of Wands, get that Eight of Pence mastery card. Now that you're sitting in rest, you can accept change. You can actually maybe do a little empire building, but this is the Emperor in reverse. And this is also the Aries card. So you can have both an Aries and a Sagittarius in your energy, but moreover, this feels like advice from Spirit is yes, an Aries who's not maybe empire building, who's maybe a little vulnerable in their own selves. You can choose them. It is time to come together with this change, this choice, this blending together of energies. It would even be, I want to pull another card, top of the deck, the Five of Cups, the disappointment card. Advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit is that approaching this Emperor may be a little disappointing right now. That's because there's a lack of emotion here. The Emperor is in some kind of mourning period here, or you're in some kind of mourning period here. Hold on, let me ask. You're having trouble building an empire here, and it's why you're having trouble making this choice. I will say that with this Emperor, you will be stronger. When you guys come together, there's going to be a difficulty. But Spirit says no. Spirit says this is the energy of now. This is the energy of not what you need to do, but this is the energy of now. Pull more cards. Advice from Spirit. That's why you're afraid of the change, is because you're afraid this Emperor is going to reject you. Let me get clarification on the Emperor. Or you're going to be rejected for building your empire. All right, here's Eight of Swords again. Yeah, you're not going to be able to come into completion, come into celebration or union with this Emperor as things are, as you are now. Spirit says you have to come out of that Eight of Swords, the interference card, before you're going to get the marriage, which I did see this as a relationship, as somebody in your energy. It's not going to happen with the interference as of now. Until you get out of this Eight of Swords energy, the energy you came into the reading with right here, until you free yourself from that interference, that Capricorn energy, that narcissistic demon, build the monster you built kind of energy, until you've really closed that out, this is not going to happen. It's going to be very difficult. All right, let's pull. I was going to pull some love cards from Spirit, but Spirit was like, that was like lovey-dovey enough, wasn't it? All right, Aquarius, let's see what we got here from the Cartomancy. Being left out in the cold. All right. Here's the problem. There's no money. There's no money, but there's tons of love. It's not going to be riches and wealth, but it's going to be love. There's love there, and it is enough. That is you approaching, standing in your energy, Knight of Swords, your willingness to work. And there might not be money, but there definitely is love. And you're definitely moving with love. at this energy. And you know it's there. You're just not coming in because you're kind of scared of having to tell this Emperor, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, again, popping up. They're very entrepreneurial. They're working their asses off here. And maybe you're just really scared that all you have is love to give this person. And they're working their asses off. They're building kingdoms. And you're kind of like, all I have is my heart. Oh, yeah. All right. That full moon coming in, 6 of Diamonds. You got to balance your emotions. You got to walk away. You got to remove what no longer serves you. And that's when you'll come into your give and take relationship. Right now, you have things that are holding you back, or it's not holding you back. It's putting your energies in a place that is a bit of a nightmare. And unless you balance your emotions, get rid of the nightmares, you won't have that give and take card. You're going to still be under control. Remember, I told you it was the stage mom card or the selling out card, selling yourself out. It's very tempting, and it's like, it feels like you're pulling yourself out of that energy to really bring yourself the 10 of Cups, and you're there. But you might have created a financial difficulty for yourself. So don't let it go. You're right there. You've removed the nightmares. You're going to come into that 6 of Pentacles, give and take, balancing energy. But it's going to be a moment. There's going to be a gap between the 5 and the 6. As you can see, it's almost like the whole week here. And you're having trouble because the person you want to connect with seems to have a lot. Let's get advice from Spirit. Love. Don't be defensive. Go ahead and be vulnerable. There's no need to be defensive and argue. If you're moving with love, then it'll be much easier. But this is trying to let go of the fight. You really need to let go of the fight in the negative sense. You need to pull on it more in the I'm going to fight for you sense. All right, Aquarius, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. And of course, to book a personal reading and connect with me on an individual level, email me at qclovers1111@gmail.com. And have a great week, my lovely Aquarius.